What's up, guys? This is EWS Podcasting. I'm Jake Feldman. This is Daniel Landa. We're doing college football. Let's get right into it.
First, we have our impact performers from last week. I got Carlos Hyde, number one on my list, with over 160 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns against an impressive Northwestern team.
I have Garrett Gilbert out of SMU. He put up 484 passing yards, 5 touchdowns against the Rutgers defense. He did spectacular in an overtime loss.
He's been very impressive since leaving Texas. Next, I have Taj Boyd, who had 455 passing yards, 5 touchdowns. Although he had 2 picks, he had a 91-yard touchdown to Sammy Watkins.
Next, I have Marcus Mariota, the quarterback out of Oregon. He's just done spectacular this year, leading a high-powered offense. Probably the best in the nation.
Definitely the best in the nation.
Last week, he put up 355 yards, 7 all-purpose touchdowns, 5 passing, 2 rushing. He's just been spectacular.
And then last, I have Jameis Winston, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, had a ridiculous performance against Maryland. They blew him out.
I agree. All right, now let's go to our Heisman picks.
At number 5, I have Sean Mannion. In case you haven't heard this guy's name before, quarterback for Oregon State. He leads the nation in touchdowns and passing yards. He has 21 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. It's absurd.
5th, I have famous Jameis Winston out of Florida State. So far this year, he's put up 1,441 yards passing. He has 19 touchdowns total. He has a 73.2 completion percentage. That's just unbelievable.
I agree with you. I'm just surprised you didn't have him earlier in your rankings. At number 4, I have Mike Evans, been Johnny Manziel's primary target with over 600 receiving yards.
4th, I have Taj Boyd out of Clemson. He's just put up staggering numbers, 1,449 passing yards, 18 all-purpose touchdowns, 14 of them passing. They beat a good team in Georgia this year earlier. Clemson's looking good.
At number 3, I have famous Jameis Winston with a 213 passing rating. That's ridiculous. Yes, you heard me correctly, 213.
Yep. 3rd, I have Mike Evans as top quarterback, Johnny Manziel. He's put up 1,803 total yards. He's a dual-threat quarterback. His first instinct is to run, not pass. And he has 17 touchdowns total. But the reason I didn't put him higher, he's a very good quarterback. But A&M just hasn't played a great team, or at least beaten a good team yet. And once they do, I think he'll be number 1 or 2.
Yeah, I have Manziel up in mine. He's number 1 for me, but number 2 for me is Taj Boyd. He hasn't had a bad week so far. Clemson's looked great. Who's your number 2?
My number 2 is the Georgia quarterback, Emery, with Todd Gurley, the running back, out for Georgia the past week. Murray's just led a great offense in a win over Tennessee.
Did you see that touchdown pass to tie the game?
Yeah.
7 seconds left.
Yeah.
Really impressive.
He has 1,534 passing yards on the season, 14 touchdowns, and that's all passing, folks. He is not a dual-threat quarterback at all.
Yeah, he's been spectacular. At number 1, Johnny Football leads A&M in rushing and passing. It's just truly remarkable.
Number 1, I'm surprised you didn't have him on his list. Marcus Mariota
I almost
out
did.
of Oregon, 1,696 all-purpose yards, 21 touchdowns total. This guy has just been spectacular. Oregon is probably the best offense in the country. I have Oregon going very far this year. Bright future.
I agree with you on that one. So let's look at our top 4 preview games of next week. First, we have Missouri at Georgia.
All right, I have Georgia this week. Aaron Murray's just looking sharp. Georgia's faced 3 top 10 teams, beating 2 of them, and they've just had a hard schedule, but they've been able to fight through it with only 1 loss this year. And Mizzou might be 5-0 this year, undefeated, but they have not played a great team, and this defense will be challenged by a great offense.
Yeah, I agree with you. Mizzou's been great offensively, 46 points per game, but the toughest defense statistically they faced is Toledo. So how can you pick this team over Georgia, who's beaten 2 top 10 teams? Aaron Murray's been too good. Although Todd Gurley's day-to-day, he won't be 100%. I'm still going with Georgia.
Yeah, I think they were the clear favorite in this one. Next, we have the Red River rivalry in Dallas, Texas. We have Oklahoma facing Texas.
My thoughts are just like all the reporters, OU over Texas. With Ash definitely out, I can't count on Case McCoy. I liked what I saw from Jonathan Gray last week against Iowa State, but he's not going to be enough to take him past the Sooners.
I actually agree with you, Daniel. Blake Bell's a great dual-threat quarterback. He's done many things right for this Oklahoma offense. Their defense has just been spectacular. They beat Notre Dame. I like where this OU team's headed.
You're going OU?
Yep.
I'm going OU also. And also, just another thing to seal that up, OU's averaging 246 rushing yards per game against a weak Texas defense that's been struggling to make tackles, so it's a tough game to choose Texas.
All right, next we have Florida at LSU. Who you got?
I'm going upset here. Florida, I like Tyler Murphy. He's really taken over this team with command, and he has a 181 QB rating. That's impressive, and a 72% completion percentage.
That's a joke. Saturday must be opposite day. I'm going LSU, baby.
No way.
Florida's quarterback, Jeff Driscoll, he's out for the year. He led this Florida team, and they don't have him. Zach Mettenberger, the LSU quarterback, has done many things right this year, and he's a very good quarterback. Look for him in the Heisman competition.
Arguably the most improved quarterback as of last year. And Jeremy Hill, we can't leave him out of the conversation. He's been spectacular. 10 touchdowns and over 580 yards on the ground.
Yeah, but back to Zach Mettenberger. He has a 68.2 completion percentage. He has 15 touchdowns this year. This guy's just been spectacular.
Yep. So let's go, last but not least, Oregon at Washington, the game you've all been waiting for. What are your thoughts on this game, Jake?
Well, I'm going upset at home, baby.
Upset?
Coming off of a devastating loss.
And you put Mariota at number 1. You put Mariota at number 1 on Heisman, and you're going upset.
Look out for Washington's quarterback, Keith Price. He's just been great, leading a great offense. I look for Washington to bounce back versus a top 5 opponent, losing to Stanford last week. Very close game, but I look for them upsetting Oregon at home.
Everybody's talking about Oregon's offense, which is absurd, 60 points per game. But what about their defense? Second in the nation with fewest points per game allowed with 12. I gotta go with Oregon. Even if DeAnthony Thomas is out for the game, I'm pretty sure he's coming back. I like Price, and I like the running back. Stanky's been really good, but Oregon's gonna win this game.
All right, that's it from EWS. Stay tuned next week for some more sports podcasts. Thank you. This is Daniel and Jake.